The truth about Miss Zelda, the new teacher at school, is darker than anyone could imagine. As Owen, Monica, and Vivian uncover a centuries-old book, they discover that their teacher isn't just obsessed with their friend Rachel for any simple reason. Miss Zelda is a witch, bound by dark forces. With her every new revelation, the danger grows. And they realize they're not just fighting for answers. They're fighting for their lives. As the night closes in, they must figure how to stand up against this evil, but they can't shake the feeling that something or someone is already hunting them. The next day, Owen and Monica met up and headed to Vivian's house. When they arrived at her treehouse, Vivian was waiting for them with an old, weathered book in her hands. What's that? This is the answer to everything. Vivian said, opening the book to a page covered in a strange, cryptic text. As she read out loud, the air seemed to grow colder. Miss Zelda is a witch. She thrives in isolation, but she must engage with society. She has the ability to see the womb within the belly, the heart beating within the chest. She is old, older than you can imagine, but to the eye she is pleasing. She imprints on girls to maintain her youth, to keep her power. Monica and Owen exchanged a look of shock. They were finally starting to understand, but it was worse than they could have imagined. Vivian closed the book, her eyes intense. My grandfather was a priest. He researched this. This journal belongs to him. Owen and Monica stared at Vivian, their fear and confusion growing. So she's what the book says. What do we do now? We take her down, but no one will believe us. We have to do this ourselves. At best, maybe Adam might help us. What if we tell your dad? My dad will never believe me. And my dad, if he finds out about all this, he'll burn this book. He never got along with my grandfather because of his beliefs. That's why he moved out and settled here with us. So where is your grandfather now? No one knows. I'll call up Adam. So how do we stop her? The best time to defeat a witch is at sunrise. They're at their weakest then, but after sunset, that's when they're strongest. You can only defeat them when they're alone. How do we even find her? What if she's already on to us? We'll find her. We have to be careful tonight. Keep vigilant. No one can sleep. She will come after us. But at sunrise, that's when we strike. The group nodded, understanding the gravity of what they had to do. They weren't just fighting for their lives. They were fighting for the soul of the town. Later that night, Adam reached Vivian's place. friends all gathered in the treehouse to spend the night. The wind picked up again, howling through the trees, as the four of them took their positions in the treehouse, keeping watch. The hours stretched on in a tense silence. The only sound was the wind and the occasional rustle of the leaves. Our Lord, the King of the world, the ever-living, the self-sustaining, the most holy, you are above all weakness. You are the most powerful. You are never absent. Give us refuge and protect us from all evil. What are you reading? It's a prayer my grandfather used to recite. He said it used to give him strength in his darkest moments. At dawn, they began their journey to Miss Zelda's house. It was eerily quiet, the morning fog hanging heavy in the air as they approached the house. Owen's heart raced. As the sun's first rays began to stretch across the sky, casting an eerie orange glow over the landscape, the tension in the air thickened. The wind had died down, leaving a heavy silence in its wake. The owl in the tree remained motionless, its dark eyes locked onto the group with unnerving focus. Vivian, Owen, Monica, and Adam moved cautiously toward the house. The weight of what was about to unfold pressing on them like a physical force. The house loomed before them, dark and foreboding. Its windows, black voids that seemed to swallow up the first light of dawn. It looked abandoned. But Owen knew better. He had seen her before, Miss Zelda, her unsettling presence so alive in his memory. Her sharp smile, her predatory gaze. Now, as they stood on the threshold, he could almost feel her watching them from the shadows, waiting for them to make the move first. There, perched in the trees, was an owl, a silent sentinel. Owen's eyes widened as they moved closer. He couldn't shake the feeling that something was watching them. This was the same place he had seen her. Guys, this is the same place. I dropped my Zippo and ran. Vivian held up the torch, scanning the area. When it caught her eyes, here it is. Vivian's grip on her rifle tightened. We're getting close. Stay alert. Vivian, ever composed, tightened her grip on the rifle. Her face was set, her jaw clenched, but there was an unmistakable glint of determination in her eyes. She turned to Owen, Adam, and Monica, her voice low but clear. "Stay close. We do this together." "Yeah, no one wanders off, okay? We move as one. We end it today. No running, no hesitation. If she's really in there, we finish fast. No chances." They approached the front door, which creaked open as if it had been waiting for them. The house seemed almost too quiet. Inside, there was no movement, no sign of life. As they stepped inside, the musty scent of old wood and dust filled their nose. The hallway was dimly lit by the pale light filtering through the cracked curtains. Everything felt wrong, as if the house itself was holding its breath. Owen led the way, his every step measured and quiet. "She's close." Adam glanced around, his eyes darting to every corner, every shadow. His mind raced. What if it was already too late? What if they were walking into a trap? They moved deeper into the house, following the narrow hall that seemed to stretch endlessly in front of them. The air was thick, almost oppressive, and the house felt alive in a way that made Monica's skin crawled. She tried to keep her breathing steady, but every instinct in her body screamed to turn and run. Then, suddenly, they reached a small, dimly lit room at the end of the hall. It was bare, save for a single wooden table placed in the center. Atop the table, there was something that made Owen's stomach lurch. A weathered, dusty coffin, slightly ajar. Owen froze. His blood ran cold. He remembered the words from the book. The witch could be defeated only when she was alone, and the rising sun was her only weakness. The coffin. It was where she must have been waiting. Perhaps where she was hiding. You think it's hers? There's only one way to find out. No, I'm not. We have to. Building up the courage, the friends gathered around the coffin and pulled it open. There, asleep in the coffin, was Miss Zelda, her pale skin glowing in the dim light. At once, her eyes opened. And Miss Zelda jumped out of the coffin, staring at them menacingly. She was tall, impossibly so, and her eyes gleamed with an unsettling mixture of amusement and hunger. "I knew you would come. You always do, don't you?" Her voice was hypnotic. Adam fought the urge to look away, to run, but he couldn't. He felt trapped in her gaze. his limbs heavy, as if her presence alone weighed on him. Vivian stepped forward, raising the rifle. "Stay away from him, Zelda." "You think you can stop me? You don't understand, little girl. You don't know what I am, what I've been." The temperature of the room dropped. The air grew thick, the darkness pressed around them. For a moment it felt like the house itself was closing in, as if the walls were alive and watching. "We know enough." Miss Zelda's lips curled into a smirk. "You can't defeat me. You can't even understand the power. Can't even understand the power I hold." Owen's heart was pounding in his chest. His mind raced, trying to piece together the book's instructions. The witch was at her weakest at sunrise. It was now or never. They had to act. Suddenly, an owl screeched from the window, and the tension in the air broke. Vivian raised her rifle, aimed at Miss Zelda. But before she could fire, the witch moved faster than humanly possible. She darted toward them, her limbs elongating unnaturally, her eyes flashing with malice. "Adam, hold her down!" But as soon as Adam ran at her, Zelda threw him to the wall. The room erupted into chaos. Miss Zelda was a blur of movement, her hands reaching for them with inhuman speed. Vivian aimed at her to shoot. But Zelda reached out, her long hands clasping onto her throat as her grip tightened around her neck. Vivian couldn't breathe. "Owen, help." "Let her go." Owen grabbed the bat and swung hard at Zelda. Zelda turned to Owen, fire burning in her eyes. "Let her go." Zelda smirked. "As you wish." Owen swung again, but this time with a cold, wicked smile. Zelda grabbed him by the arm. "You think you can fight me, boy? I'm not afraid of you." "Is that so? And how is it you will defeat me?" "I don't need to fight you, because brain beats brawn." "Monica, now!" Monica grabbed the torch. Holding it high, the flames flickered wildly. "Die, you witch!" she screamed, thrusting the torch onto Zelda's face. The witch hissed in pain. But it was clear she wasn't afraid of fire. Zelda stood up with a smile across her face. Monica, how could you, when you know how much I love you? Monica stumbled back as Zelda approached her. She didn't know what else to do. As Zelda placed her long nails on Monica's face, tears rolled down her cheek. Monica's heart raced. Vivian scrambled to her feet, her face pale but determined. It was time. The curtains hanging in front of the large window, the first rays of sun were breaking through the clouds, spilling their golden light across the room. She raced toward the window, yanking the curtains open. As the sunlight poured into the room, Zelda's eyes widened in pain, and she screamed. The sound was shrill, almost inhuman, as she staggered backward, her skin sizzling where the sunlight touched her. Her face twisted in agony, her eyes blackening as she began to wither away from their eyes. Miss Zelda collapsed to the floor, her body turning to dust, crumbling away to nothing but ash. The darkness that had clung to the house seemed to lift. And for the first time, in what felt like forever, the sun shone freely through the window. Rachel soon got better, and now she and Owen were actually friends. She and Adam got really serious, but Adam wasn't quite the same anymore. I think someone is. No one is following us, Adam. And it seems things were finally jamming for Owen and Vivian. Monica, she was good all on her own. The town was safe. Little did they know, they would never truly be free from her curse. Not yet.
Click on the subscribe button and check out more awesome videos on our channel. And don't forget to press the bell icon because you know it's interesting.